I can see perfectly.
Come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands. It's adventure time with Finn the human and his funny bear hat and strange teeth, and Jake the dog, who can change size and shape because, hey, it's a hobby. Yes, and Adventure Time is a cartoon that chronicles their adventures in a bizarre post-apocalyptic land full of inhuman mutants and bizarre goings-on. A bit like Great Yarmouth, only... actually, it's pretty much the same as Great Yarmouth. So, we should collect all 6, apparently, of this incredibly popular cartoon that has been doing incredibly good business on the Cartoon Network there. I actually quite like it myself. My godson was into it, so I thought I shall watch an episode, see what it's like. And I quite enjoy it. It's all silly and it's good fun, it only lasts 10 minutes, and it's a laugh, and what more do you want from life? Apparently, a sealed bag with a figure in it. Worryingly, this is the only blind bag I've ever seen that has air holes, so possibly whatever's in it is alive. Let's see what's on offer. There is Finn with no mouth, sticking an arm in the air. Okay, that's a bit odd. And this, I think this is what they call a goddamn insult. The Jake figure, yep, that is the only one, appears to just be a repaint of Finn. They've drawn a Jake face on, because you see he can change his shape, so he happens to have changed his shape to be exactly the same as one of the other figures, you bastards, really. Well, that's let me down already. Then we've got Marceline playing her axe guitar. She's like a vampire and her dad's evil. There's the Ice King. He's a bit messed up in the head, but apparently there's a sad story about where he comes from later. I have yet to see that myself, though. I'm only halfway through Series 2. Here is Lumpy, Space Princess. She's a princess. She comes from space, she's lumpy, and has an amusing voice. And here's Finn, angry, going for the attack. With a disturbingly generic-looking sword. He has this weird yellow one normally, doesn't he? Oh well, I wonder which one we've got. I hope it's none of those. That would be in keeping with the Adventure Time way. Oh my god, it's in tissue paper. That is a new one for blind bags. And it's clearly Lumpy Space Princess. Oh my glob. Well, that's not particularly good, to be honest. My main problem with this, other than the fact that, well, it's on a stand to make it float. If they'd made that a little bit taller, it would look like she was floating, but no, it touches the bottom of the stand. Very poor, lads. Also, massive grate, and I do mean massive grate, seam around it. That is not on at all. It doesn't look quite right. It doesn't really look like the character at all. Actually, it looks better on the back. It doesn't look that great on the back, actually, going back and looking, but that's very disappointing. As somebody who likes the show, I am not impressed. Get you over there. Judgment, judgment, and again, judgment. Well, I'm afraid, although I do like Adventure Time, I do not like shit collectibles, and frankly, that is crap. It's badly put together, don't like the whole moulding thing going on, doesn't look very good. But do you know what really cinches the deal? Motherfucking repaints! Sorry, LSP, but this is not going to be mathematical. In fact, it's probably going to be quite warm as these things go. Ooh, she's turning an interesting colour. Oh, I was hoping it was going to crack open like an egg and a little bird would fly out. But that has not happened. Instead, we merely have a charred and disappointing mess. Whereas previously, we just had a very disappointing mess. Oh well, I would have liked a nice Adventure Time thing for my shelf, but what do we have instead? Whatever this is. I really want to do an impression of this character now. It has a funny voice, but I can't remember how the voice goes. It's something like, oh my god, oh, you guys, I've been burned. Something like that. That's not quite right, is it? The person next to me has never seen Adventure Time and is currently giving me the blankest look in the history of the world. A look I seem to get a lot, mainly at parties when people ask me what I do for a living, and I say I burn bad toys.
Twitter.